If you're in my way, you better move, boy. I don't ever miss a cue like schoolboy. Ain't no telling what I'ma do, boy. Ha, 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 ha. I bet you thought you had me figured out, but nah, 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 nah. I'm way too unpredictable.
Hello, welcome to the Tech Disruptors podcast. We are here with a couple of lovely people here. On my right is my co-host, who will eventually introduce himself.
Oh, my name is Jason, of course.
And below me, I don't know where he sits on your screen, but this is, he was also on our show last week. This is
Richard B. Cologne. How you guys doing?
There you go. All right. The man is here. He's back. He's fixed his audio issues, it sounds like, which is nice. Richard, how you been, buddy? How's your week been so far?
It's been good, man. So I teach an engineering course in the summer at my day job. So a lot of incoming engineering students that I'm trying to, in a way, cohort into being successful students for the fall. So it's been great. It's been awesome.
Awesome, dude. Okay, so we have it's been a hot week in tech. Yes. Now, we are scheduled to have a couple of special guests join us shortly, so we will wait for them to join us. But in the meantime, I wanted to kick things off with something that got my attention this week. So, Jason, when was the last time you cracked open a plastic casing, you took out a silver circular disc, and you put it inside a player, and you played some music?
Probably the mid-2000s, maybe.
Ooh,
at the tail end.
Thousands. Jesus.
I mean, I remember as a kid going to like a local CD shop in my town and just picking through all the cases and trying to find that one you wanted and looking at the cover art. Yeah. Oh yeah.
You know what? When I was young, and this might date me a little bit. Remember, you used to have CD stores, so you'd be able to go into a CD store. And
that's what I was talking about. Yeah.
Yeah. Now, I don't know what it was like where you guys are from, but you used to be able to listen to the CDs before you bought them. So they'd have like listening stations or listening pods, I guess is what they called them. Nope. So they used to do that. Richard, when was the last time you cracked open a CD case and fired up an old CD?
I mean, I think I'm with Jason. It's been a while. We have a lot of local shops that sold a lot of used CDs, but I used to do like the midnight releases for CDs I really liked.
Yeah.
But that feeling of being really excited about a certain album or a CD, and you buy it, and like out of like 20 or 18 tracks, only 2 of them you vibe with, it's just a great feeling. It was a great feeling back then,
Yeah, I think when you bought a CD back in the day, you were stuck with all the tracks, and sometimes they grew on you over time.
Yes.
And now you can pick and choose. Like the new Eminem album came out. Now, I'm not saying you have to be a fan because I know he's controversial, but I'm a big hip hop guy. So I tried to listen to the whole thing, and there's a couple songs that they're okay, but after a while, you start just vibing on all of them. And I think that's what I miss about CDs. You had to listen. You don't have to, but a record, CD, you have to listen to the whole track. You have all the songs.
Well, I don't know about you guys, but in my experience, I always found it was the songs that weren't the popular songs that I liked more. Like the ones that you were forced to listen to on the CD, they became your favorites.
Oh, you were one of those guys.
I was those guys. Yeah, I was 100% those guys. Now, the reason I bring up CDs is check this out. So there is a company called Fire who is rebooting the old school CD player minus AA batteries.
I know.
Now, I know this sounds crazy right now, but stick with me on this for a second, right?
Okay.
A lot of people have CDs probably stashed in their bookshelf like I do here. Like I've got a box of them in my bookshelf here.
Look, you know what I did to my last CD that I found? I don't condone this to anybody because it could catch on fire. You put it in the microwave.
Yeah.
And you ever done that before?
Yes, I have.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think it's wild that this company is really trying to like strike lightning twice, because legit their cassette player is beautiful. It's right?
Yeah.
I love it. I was thinking I even had it in my like cart ready to go on Amazon. You know, I feel like $99 is not bad, you know, for the cassette player. But I feel like you're really reaching now. You want to do see? I mean,
Well, I mean,
I don't know.
Sir Retro.
There's going
like
to be a
records.
market. There's going to be
Yeah.
a market.
There is.
for vinyl,
Oh,
for
yeah.
sure.
Yeah.
For sure.
I mean, I have a record player, and I very rarely
Yeah.
use it. It's got Bluetooth in it, so but I kind of use it. I don't
Mhm.
know if CDs are old enough to be retro yet, because people.
Oh,
I hate to
yes.
say this, there's people that
I
still use them.
guarantee
Yeah.
they're going in the young generation today. Good luck asking one of them what a CD is. They wouldn't know.
Yeah,
They just wouldn't know. It was before their time. Like you think about let's say a 15-year-old kid.
yeah.
So that's 2000 and what? Fucking 9?
Well, they might, because DVDs and Blu-rays are still kind of around. Blu-rays especially are still kind of around.
yeah.
Now,
Yeah.
a tape player? Oh hell no.
Oh no,
Yeah.
no.
Yeah.
Now listen, like you said, like Richard hit the nail on the head here. This company has rebooted the cassette player. I think it was a Bluetooth version of it. I think a little earlier on. But I actually kind of like this idea. I don't know about you
Here's
guys.
my
I kind
question
of
to
did.
you:
Yeah.
how much anti-skip does it have? Do you remember those days with the mini disc?
Yes,
how many
I know.
seconds-
That was
Now,
so good.
here-
Oh my god.
Here is where it gets interesting for me. So I had one of those old Sony Discman CD players that you would try to put in your pocket that would never fit. But this one that always chewed through batteries like wildfire. Like you would go through AA batteries in an afternoon. But this one has a built-in internal rechargeable battery, which I kind of like. It has a 3.5 millimeter headphone jack.
Ooh, it's got a 4.4 balanced.
Yes.
Mm.
Yes. Analog
Nice.
line out for listening, so you can hook it up to other high quality things. I actually think they might be onto something here with this.
Let me ask
Now,
you this: it says
yeah.
compatible with many Android phones. Now, can this connect to a computer or a phone, and you can rip CDs?
That's what I think this is.
That
That's
would
what
be
that's
amazing.
going for.
Yeah. You know,
Right?
with smartwatches, you can put a whole couple. Well, I mean, you can do it. You can download offline, but you know, you
Yeah.
can download your own albums and just stick them on there.
Now, they're saying here it has a USB output and dedicated desktop mode that bypasses the battery and uses main power at home. They're also saying here that it has 8 hours of playback, which is probably a lot more than what an original Discman was.
That's good for a disc, physical
That's
moving parts.
8
Yeah,
hours is
sure.
not bad. Yeah.
8 hours, pretty good. Now it's not available yet. It comes out in September, but it comes in red, blue, titanium, and black variants.
Ooh,
I kind of dig the
interesting.
design. I kind of like what I'm seeing here. It's very minimalistic, very unassuming.
What's the price? I can't read it on my screen. Is
Oh,
it
sorry, yeah.
$179?
I mean, it
yeah,
looks like
$179. Yeah.
So $500 Canadian. Okay, all right.
Okay,
Yeah. So yeah, $1,000 Canadian. But I mean, again, we know it worked. It worked for some degree when they had the cassette Bluetooth player release, because a lot of people had cassettes kicking around, and that really is kind of retro. But I think now, I mean, most of us guys here, I imagine, were in the CD era. We were the consumers in our youth, so I'm assuming
I'm only 14, so I wasn't
Yeah,
around
I know,
when CDs
I
were
know.
around. Yeah.
Yeah. I was going to make a joke, then I won't.
No,
But
don't even do it.
but I think with the people that like the what do we call it? The Gen Zs?
Well, I think
Ps?
I think me and you, Darren, are about the same age. I would assume we're not Gen Z. We're Gen millennials.
X?
Are we millennials?
Millennials. Okay, us millennials, we'll say.
There you go.
Uh,
Gen Z is the one, the younger ones below us. They're the
I'm
ones that
80
hate everything.
I'm
They're real
84, so I'm
sensitive.
probably with you guys. 84.
That's exactly right. Yeah.
I'm
Yeah, I was thinking
84,
we're all around the same age. We're all around
I thought
the
you
same
said
age.
you were 84 years old.
Yeah, no, we're right around the same age for sure.
I was born in 96.
What
So
they
the
really,
CD
what they
player-
really need to reboot is the Zune HD. That Zune devices were.
Oh,
Yeah.
I had every
made
single Zune.
famous.
Unfortunately, they
made popular.
shot themselves in the foot and it
They
didn't go
really
very far.
did. They
Apple
really
had the
did.
market.
The Zune was I had the first brownish, greenish one. I remember getting it at GameStop. They had it at GameStop. At the
Oh
time.
yeah.
And I had traded in a bunch of games, and then I was like, hey, I need an MP3 player. I got it, loved it. The UI was amazing. And then That Zune 80 was awesome. That one with the little squircle in the front. And then
now that was all brought back during Guardians of the Galaxy, because you remember in Guardians of the Galaxy, he had a Zune playing his music, right?
Yeah.
What is with Microsoft? They seem to excel really well in like interface. Like remember the last Windows Mobile? It didn't do well. They killed it, but it was fantastic.
A lot of the design elements in UI, they actually took that from the HD, which was pretty nice on their first mobile phone. So I mean, it was awesome. But yeah, let's reboot that. Let's reboot that.
Let's bring it back. Now, speaking of retro, I'm going to introduce our next guest. This is Ali. Ali, come in. Can you hear us?
Yes, I can hear you just fine. Can you hear me?
Yeah, yes, we can. How you doing?
I'm doing pretty good. How about yourself?
Great. So I'll just give you a quick little introduction. I got my co-host Jason over here and our special guest Richard in the bottom corner. Say hi, guys.
What's up?
Hey,
what's up, my friend?
What's happening?
So the reason we've brought in Ali today is he is the co-founder of a company that caught Jason and I's attention this week. Straw and Wool. Is that correct, Ali?
That's correct.
So, I'm probably going to explain this terribly. So why don't you tell us what Straw and Wool does, what you guys are specializing in?
Yeah, so we are, and first, thanks for the time. Sorry I'm late. I was sitting in Google Meet. We had
a bit of a communication issue.
Sent me a link, and I clicked the wrong link, so I'm glad I made it.
It's all good.
Thanks for having us on. So yes, I'm one half of Straw and Wool Hat Company. We're a classic hat company. As we see, fedoras and trilbies and pork pies are kind of having a renaissance and reemergence in fashion today, and so we are just one of many companies that are bringing the culture back, bringing the flavor back, but in a different, interesting kind of way. And so, hence the name Straw and Wool. We specialize in straw and wool, but we have a lot of other different style hats as well.
Ali, I'm just going to pause you there. We're getting a little bit of audio feedback coming from you as well, unfortunately.
Like static,
I'm just going to, just give me 1 second. I'm going to do my magic here. 1 sec. I don't know what, we're having technical issues all over the place. It's not the Tech Disruptors unless we have technical issues.
Yeah, we got to disrupt tech somehow.
We got to disrupt tech somehow.
It's a sign you guys are made to just be a duo. That's it.
But I would like to be a duo, man. We like to have special guests. Come on, let's see if I can bring Ali back in.
I gotta see other faces besides his all the time.
I know.
Yeah, it's still that static.
Yeah,
we still. What that is.
Ali, could you do me a favor and leave and then rejoin? Is that possible?
Yes. Yep, I can do that.
Thanks, buddy. Sorry about that. If you can, that'll be that'll be awesome.
Better. Yeah, maybe.
We can wait, man. No rush.
I'll try that.
Okay, cool. Okay, so Ali is here from Straw and Wool. Now, just to kind of give you a little bit of a rundown on Straw and Wool. So
I want some of those hats for sure.
They design some amazing classic hats. If you want to check them out while we're waiting for Ali to come back, it's strawandwool.com. It's very easy to find.
I actually have over 50 hats. And
that's why Richard's here, right? Richard is here for that reason. So there we go.
I don't care about tech. I want to talk hats.
I got some opinions too. Let's switch them up. I got a bunch. I got a million. I keep going. But yeah.
See, I knew there was a reason we got Richard on today. I knew there was a reason. I knew he was here for good measure.
Oh wow, these are amazing. Look at that.
Yeah. So Ali will be back with us shortly. He's just sorting out his technical issues. But
so did he say he joined by Zoom by accident?
Yeah.
Okay.
So funny story. When I was setting up our guest here, they misunderstood that we do this live on YouTube. And so they sent a Google Meet link and I was like, we don't really do that. Then they sent a Zoom link and I was like, we don't really do that either. And then I had to explain to them how we go about doing what we do here at Tech Disruptors.
Well, I'm excited. Hopefully he can get that figured out. He can get back on here.
He'll come back on shortly. But I'll tell you what we'll do. In the meantime, let's jump into something that caught my attention here as well this week. And then we might just have to pivot back. So, Jason, I want to flash back to the end of last year because.
Hold on. Okay.
Yeah, I think you knew where we're going with this.
Oh my God! I saw.
So
hold on. What are you laughing about?
I know. I saw that today too, and I'm just like, oh, because I'm pretty sure a lot of people in the tech community saw MKBHD's first review of the Dyson headphones.
Yes,
which were pretty.
that Jason had.
I still have those. They're
So-
right
Yes.
on my desk over there.
Oh,
Best
what?
headphones I've ever owned.
Yes.
And you know what? I breathe better when I wear them. I don't know what it is about them.
So a little bit of context here. Last year, Jason bought these when the air purifier headphone combo
Oh, I didn't buy
from
them.
Dyson
They were
Oh,
given
sorry.
to me. Yes.
given to him.
Thank God.
So he got them. He got them exclusively for the sake of our podcast, so he could show off to everybody how clean air he's breathing. I think it
Not
was
just
your.
that. The amount of women that contacted me after I had that thing on my head and face,
It's because it covered half your
Crazy.
face. That's why.
they were like, "Man, he looks better when his face is covered." Yeah. I get
Now,
it.
was it your product of the year or was it a bust of the year? It was one of the two. I can't remember what in our final
Oh, it
show
definitely
there.
wasn't product of the year.
No, it was a bust of the year. I think it might have been.
Yeah. And
Yes.
the headphones didn't sound bad. They really didn't.
No.
But they were too heavy because of the compressors in there. And
Yes.
I didn't understand the mask. What I will say though, when it's hot out, when I put that thing on, it did blow cold air on your face.
Yeah, there you go. Your face was always cool.
Yeah.
Now, I want to just bring this up for a second because I was reading the product release, the press notes of this earlier today. And one thing caught my attention about the guy who was in charge of these headphones at Dyson. And he said that they're on a mission to create the greatest headphones there are.
No.
And now, Jason, I know you're going to say no, but hear me out.
Okay.
Dyson's got money. Like,
So does Apple. So
yeah,
does Google.
big money. And if anyone can sink it into R&D to make a good pair of headphones, Dyson's got that little bit of capital that
But
I
here's
think
the
they
problem.
could.
Like the Sonos Ace, they were what, $400 or $500,
Yeah,
and most reviews said they're hella good, but they're not worth that kind of money.
kind of money. Yeah,
Dyson makes things that are way, way overpriced. They're not bad products; they're just way overpriced. And this
Yeah.
reminds me of something that CMF should do.
Yeah.
Over-the-ear headphones that
Yeah.
this is exactly what they would do, and they do it for a fraction of the price.
hmm
Well, Jason, to answer that, it's $499 this pair, the on-track headphones.
Oh my God!
Half a grand for headphones? Come
Now,
on.
okay, hang on.
Right.
Let's take a minute here. Let's just pull back. Let's just
Okay,
look at this
let's
with a
calm
grain
down
of
a little.
salt.
Sorry.
So they are well made like the other ones were. So we're talking about
Sure.
the CNC aluminum copper black nickel finishes, which are those pads you see on the side here. I don't know if you can see it in the photograph. Which I kind of like. I kind of like the look. I dig the look.
Are
I
you
think the
trying to
look is good.
justify this?
No, I'm not trying to justify. I'm just
It
trying to
sounds
say, hey, I'm just trying to say, hey, these might not be bad. But just really quickly, so here they're saying it delivers the best in-class noise cancellation using up to 8 microphone system that can monitor how much noise is around you using the companion smartphone app. 55 hours of continuous listening, right? Which is right up there with like your Sennheisers and your
Well, they
Sonys.
should. They're huge. Yeah.
Right.
But listen, here is where it goes. 40 millimeter drivers that can reproduce frequencies from as low as 6 hertz to 21,000.
But can the human ear even hear 6 hertz?
Well, I mean, maybe not your ears, but mine can.
Here's my thing: if a company comes out and says we have the best, if you're the company, why wouldn't you say that? That's how you make money. It's called marketing.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
true. So true.
But
Now,
here's the
I'll-
problem. Can I tell you
Yeah.
one thing before we jump back in there with Alex?
Yeah.
It's not made by Apple, so you know what that means. If it ain't Apple, it ain't what?
Shit. It ain't shit. I know. I know.
You ain't wrong. You are not wrong.
But I'll
my
just
friend.
say, really quickly, Dyson headphones they've come out and said we're going after the best.
Okay.
I'm
fair enough.
curious. I like the look. It's a bit more refined, a little bit less clunky. Maybe not as heavy. I don't know if
They don't look
mentioned
bad.
the weight.
They don't look bad because if you think about it, when they went into the hair dryer, portion, when they started doing hair
Yeah.
dryers, they look pretty sleek
Yeah.
and pretty, pretty.
Like,
cool.
yeah.
Yeah.
But I mean, I don't know. Maybe they were trying to like tap again, like the like FiO trying to reboot the CD player.
Yeah.
I mean, they're trying to like tap into something again, and I don't know if this is it. That first iteration.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, no.
I mean, I don't know.
But these
I'm gonna
ones look
wear them.
good.
I'm gonna wear them the next episode just to bring them back.
I was
But
gonna bring
Richard,
it
let
back.
me rephrase that. We always say if it ain't Apple, it ain't shit. It's an inside running joke.
Right,
we don't
right,
really
right.
mean it.
Yeah, I've heard it.
Unless you live in the U.S., then it's true.
Yeah, I've heard it. You throw that I in front of it, it's a done deal, you know?
Yeah.
All right, so Ali, welcome back, buddy. How's it going?
Test. It's going well. Is this
Ah,
okay?
That sounds a lot
There
better.
we go. Yeah,
That's
now
a
we
lot
can
better?
hear you.
Okay. All right. All right.
So, Ali, I'll just get you to go back into. So you're hat designer, I guess, is the official title. Is that what we call you? Now,
Yes. Yep.
tell us a little bit about the hats that you create, design, and sell. Like, who are they for? What's the market here?
So anybody with a head is what we say. But
Fair enough.
Fair.
There it
Yeah.
is.
right.
Yeah.
But generally, we started as more of a traditional haberdashery, right? So we were primarily for classic men's hats, right? But what we found is that women like to wear hats just as much as men. And styles are all across the board. And so we really truly are, every person's hat shop. We try to make our hats very accessible. So in the hat world, there's a wide spectrum, right? From custom handmade beaver and rabbit fur and things like that, where you're paying, sometimes up to multiple thousand for a hat. And then there's the, off the rack that I'm buying from Ross or Walmart, and I don't really care what it looks like. I just want to throw something on my head. And so we are very much into style, into quality, but we also want our hats to be accessible. We don't want to break the bank. And so we do offer customization services, but we also know that some people just like to come in and buy a nice hat that fits them, and they like the way it looks. They like the way it makes them feel. And so our average hat is around $100, $150. And so, and we range from products that we design and have mass produced. So your classic traditional fedora, black camel, navy, something that you're going to wear to church on Sunday, that kind of thing. We have those, but then we also have your one of a kind styles that we custom design, our artists work and do a full workup on it. So you're getting a one of a kind piece, but it's not something that you went through the whole customizing process for. You still get the custom experience, the one of a kind experience, but it's something that you can still buy off the shelf. And so, and everything in
Amazing.
between. I'm already eyeing that Beckworth. I love it.
Oh man, yeah, that's very popular.
I do a lot of gap. No, I like the black. I gotta go black. The cream one is.
Oh, okay, gotcha. Okay.
The cream one's too.
So,
man, that's nice too.
So Ali, Richard is our resident hat guy. He is the guy who he's a hat collector. He's the guy.
I mean,
so Richard, any questions?
I mean, I'm more 5 panels. You know what I mean? A lot of different hats. But I do have traditional hats that are in this style for sure for gallery events. I also own the gallery. So a lot of the hats I have a couple that are a couple that are in line with a small company that's locally that I connect with sometimes.
Nice.
But that Oak Cliff is clean too. Oh my God. Yeah. So these are clean. I mean, this is awesome. And what's funny is that I actually, I'm hitting up a conference in LA actually in October. So I would love to come through the store, man.
Please do.
Yeah, I'd love to pull up to the store. This is some nice stuff, man. And I would definitely cop something and then roll up that same night.
Appreciate it.
Yeah.
Appreciate it.
So, so Ali, there's one guy here who probably could use a hat. He actually asked me to bring you in.
Wow.
So Jay, I'm just kidding.
I knew
Jay,
you were going with
no, I'm
that.
just kidding. Sorry.
Yeah,
I'm
sometimes when it's sunny outside.
I don't appreciate it. I don't appreciate it.
No, I'm just
Thank you.
listen.
Thank
I'm
you.
just shitting you. I'm just shitting you. I listen. I'm not far away. It's coming off. Now, Ali, let me ask you something really quickly. What is your most popular hat that you sell? What's the one?
Great question. So the one of a kind collection is by far the most popular. I'm not sure if it's the fact that hat people don't want somebody else wearing the same hat that they have, or just the artistic, eclectic, kind of funky nature of them. I'm not sure what exactly is the big draw.
I love it.
But our one of a kind is by far
look at that.
the most popular. But if I was to pick a single hat, our Inkwell Elite which is currently sold out right now.
Yeah.
And we have a huge for when it comes back in stock. It's a straw. It's an all straw hat with a suede bottom. If you type in Elite, there it is, the one in the black in the middle.
Woo!
Oh,
Oh,
wow.
I
yeah,
like that. That's nice.
That's a newer hat that we just released. It sold out in a few days, and like I said, and now it has a huge waiting list. So this is probably our most popular one right now.
Wow.
Now, Jason, do you have any questions for Ali? I know you're sitting there
The only
looking.
question I would have is, so these are they? You said there's custom, and they're handmade.
No, they're handmade, but they're not handmade to order. Like, so sometimes
Right. Just the
people will
custom
pick-
ones are.
Yeah, exactly. Just the custom
Okay,
stuff is.
okay,
Yeah. Yep.
Okay. Yeah.
Ours are. We design
I like
them
'em.
like this design. We designed it from top to bottom, and then we work with our manufacturers to have it produced.
Nice. Now, Ali, people that are buying your hats, are they looking like, is it a form, function, style thing, or is it kind of like a bit of both or a bit of everything?
Absolutely. We like to say fashion and function. So we came out of Phoenix, Arizona, and so straw hats are a necessity, right? The wide brim straw hats, right, to protect us from the sun, keep us cool, protect our head. It's absolutely a necessity, but at the same time, you want to look good while you're doing it, and so it's definitely both. It's definitely both.
So
when I like a twist on a classic, like it's something people need. It's functional, but then you add your little touch to it, and it just makes it stand out. I think it's cool. Yeah, for sure.
Exactly. Yeah, I mean, the same thing in the cold weather, right? The wool hats, the felt hats is something that's very necessary. But now you see people are throwing all kind of feathers in them and all kind of playing cards and matches, and it's the last real estate, right? It's like artistic expression, right in your face. So it's a lot of fun.
So, Ali, I'm originally from Australia, so I appreciate the warm weather wide brim hat that people would wear. Now, have you ever thought about doing an Australian edition of one of your classic straw hats here? Because I got some ideas, man. All right, I got some ideas.
All about it. It's funny to mention it though, because most of the things that we've worked on and that we've created has come through feedback. Our travel case is one of the best in class travel cases because it's a hard shell, and our customer would tell us, "I need a way to travel with my hat that's not going to destroy my hats, when I'm on the flight or when I'm in the car." And so we created a travel case just for that. And so we're all about it. Any ideas, any feedback, any way for us to bring cultural representation. And things that people appreciate. We created a collection for fraternities and sororities. It's part of the One of a Kind collection, but we did it.
I didn't think about that.
Sorority and fraternity colors for the same exact reason. So that one's been really popular as well. So we're
That's amazing, because I know Jason and I were talking before we went on air, and he was talking about a Tech Disruptors limited edition, because we're like a black and red colorway. Okay. So I think we'll have some off-air discussions, and we'll figure out a look that's.
I would definitely wear that.
I would rock that hat every podcast.
Yeah, let's
you can become official sponsor of the Tech Disruptors podcast, Ali. There we go. We'll work on it. So, Ali, how do our listeners, the people on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, how do they find you guys? Where do they hit you up? What's the story there?
Yeah, so we're on social media. We're mostly on Facebook and Instagram. Straw and Wool Hat Company on both. We're easy to find on those. And then our website is strawandwool.com. As they say, I forget the exact term, but people copying is the biggest form of flattery. But we do encourage people to beware, because there's a site that was created called Wool and Straw, and they use our pictures. They use
Are you serious?
No.
If you look it up, if you go to woolandstraw.com, you'll see it. But the sad part is people are ordering from them thinking that it's us. And so they'll order from them, and then they'll say, "Hey, I placed an order with you guys. I didn't get it, or it came and it's poor quality." And then we'll ask for the order number, and it's nothing like ours. So we definitely, encourage people to make sure that you do your due diligence, that it's straw and wool, not wool and straw or any of these copycat sites. But yeah,
Yeah.
we're all over the place. Straw and Wool Hat Company, wherever you look, that's us.
And you guys
So,
just had,
let's
just had an opening recently too, right? On June 8th.
We did. So our Los Angeles store opened a little over a month ago. Yep. So
Oh,
we
amazing.
are,
Congrats,
now
my
we
friend.
have 2 locations. So that's an interesting adventure trying to manage 2 locations.
Yeah,
but
I
it's
can
a lot
imagine.
of fun. It's very rewarding, and and hopefully we want to open more. We want to open something on the East Coast soon. But they say the hardest one is going from 1 to 2. So once we figure this part out,
Yeah.
No doubt.
Well, listen, Ali, this sounds amazing. We love what you guys are doing. We are big fans, and we'll talk collabs a little later on, man. But please check them out, strawandwool.com. Check them out on social media and all of these awesome places that you would buy hats and all other things of that nature. Ali, thanks very much, mate, for making some time for us. Thank you very much. And let us know if you need anything from our end, man. We appreciate you being on.
We'll do. All right, I appreciate it. Have a good
All
one.
right.
Take care.
Have a great day. Thanks, buddy. Bye.
Okay.
And there you go, guys. Strawandwool.com.
Very intriguing.
It is. It's a cool idea, right? Like, I
You know
like
what's
the
sad,
idea.
though?
Yeah.
We live in a society where someone says wool and
Copycats?
straw and rips them off.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh God. Yeah.
It's
I mean, flattery is the best. I mean, being copied is a form of flattery, but it goes too far.
Right.
And
Yeah,
he's a
100%.
small business owner. I mean, he's bigger, but that costs a lot of money to shut something like that down. And you shut that down, and then another one pops up, and it's terrible.
we love having guests on. If
Yes.
you're listening, hit us up. We're here. We love to talk all kinds, and we're not just tech. I mean, it's funny that we're a tech podcast, and he was talking about a copycat website. I appreciate that. Right? I appreciate that. That was a good connection. It was good. There we go. Can we just talk really quickly? I'm going to pivot into a slightly tech-ish related subject matter. So, can we talk Nintendo for a second?
Oh, I love Nintendo. Listen, I love it.
Okay, so I want to show you the teaser trailer of this new game that Nintendo had because it's legitimately fucking terrifying. It's so creepy. So I'm going to show it.
I'm assuming, right?
Yes, it is a Switch game.
Okay.
Yes. So I'm gonna give me 1 second.
Dumb question. That's something they have right now, I guess. I was hoping it was like a precursor for the Switch 2.
Oh yeah.
Okay, so
stop playing. Put that out.
If I had saw this as a kid, like under the age of 10, I would be, what the fuck? That's terrifying. It's terrifying to me now. I can't imagine what it's like then. But here is the trailer.
Okay. Typical day in Australia.
Yeah. Like, that's it. If I'll do it again, just because it's 15 seconds.
Hold on, that was it?
That was it. It looks like the beginning of a horror movie or
Okay.
a horror movie trailer.
Is this based on the Smile the movie? Like similar?
No. So, okay, let me pull up the details. Hang on 1 sec. So,
Oh my lord. What is it?
I love that they had the
So
little
like
mini.
Xavier-
I love that they had the little mini Mario icon in the corner still. The YouTube.
in the
Yeah.
corner, yeah. Just here you go, kids. Go to sleep now. So apparently this is like a visual novel series that started in the 80s. They're bringing it onto the Nintendo Switch. It's an M-rated game, apparently.
So my 10-year-old can play it.
Well, I guess so, yeah. So it's Famicom Detective Club, I think is the name of the game. It's been going for 35 years across all of like books, and it started in Japan, of course. But basically in Emio, the Smiling Man, Famicom Detective Club, that's the full name of the game, just in case you're wondering. You'll play as an assistant private investigator who is helping police solve a murder. The victim's head was covered with a paper bag with a creepy smiling face on it. You have to figure out if the latest death is the work of the original killer or a copycat that put all the pieces of the puzzle together.
Wow.
Yeah. Like, talk about Nintendo. That's a Nintendo Switch game,
Well,
people.
Richard, you said you're a Nintendo guy, right?
Yeah, actually, every system I have.
You have the Switch, I'm assuming.
But
Yeah.
yeah, I have the Switch as well. Correct.
Isn't the Switch 2 on the horizon?
Right. There's been talks of it for like a whole year. They were supposed to drop a trailer, I guess, at one point, and then they pushed it. And then now
I mean,
Nintendo's being
yeah.
smart, and every time they release like another Nintendo Direct, they put it out there with the press release. There will be no Switch 2 information during this Direct.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, the reason why I ask is because the Switch is a great device, but the chipset has been around since the NVIDIA Shield 1.
Mhm.
It's
Yes.
pretty much the same chipset. It's old.
Right.
And something like this, I mean, more horsepower is going to be better gameplay, better visuals.
hmm
I mean, they want the system's been out. How long has the Switch been out now? What,
Oh,
4
over
years?
longer.
Wow.
Over
The
10
Switch?
years.
I don't know. I'm just throwing a number out there. I
Yeah,
have no
yeah,
idea.
let's see.
2017, 16.
I think it's been out. Yeah, over. Let's see.
It came out a couple years after the original Shield. What the original
Yeah,
Shield was what?
2017,
2015.
March 3rd, 2017.
Okay, yeah.
yeah.
2015 is when the Shield came out. Okay, that makes
Mhm.
sense. I think
Yeah, so about 7 years so far.
that's
And-
pretty damn good. 7 years for that system, that chipset, and it still runs great. That's
Right.
amazing.
I actually picked up the OLED. I have the OLED version. I love it.
Yeah.
It's a great. And what's great is that Nintendo, they bust out with content, right? So their
Yeah.
first party, like, heavy in terms of what they put out, and so that's why this is successful. And I have a group chat with a couple of friends, and we always joke about when a Nintendo game that's first party goes on sale, like Mario Kart, $49.99 after 7 years.
Yeah.
And then on top of that Mario Kart is actually a remake. It was on the Wii U before that. So you're paying $49 for a remake with some DLC.
Well, you said Wii U. You still rocking a Wii U?
I do
I have
have
a
a
Wii.
Wii U. I do have a Wii U.
No,
yes.
not a Wii, a Wii U.
I
Dylan.
know Wii U. I know. I'm sorry.
Yeah,
I have my Wii U. It's in a box.
I
I
have the
boxed it
black
back
one.
up, and I have the
Yeah.
Switch, but it literally sits and doesn't do anything. My kids don't play it anymore. I don't play it anymore.
I mean, a lot of the systems I don't have. I just have them set up, like but yeah, no, the Wii U was actually a really great. I love the Wii U. It was an okay device. I thought it was.
I loved it.
And again, this is why they took a lot of the titles and they repurposed them for the Switch because they didn't market it well. Just like we can have a whole podcast on Stadia, because they didn't market that shit well either. Excuse my French.
No.
Yeah.
They didn't market that either, and I feel like that could have been a great device. They were really into something before what we have now in terms of the game passes in the world and all that. But yeah, no, Nintendo. I'm curious to see how the next one's going to be. They're speculating that it's going to be, I think, as powerful as just as a PS4, I guess, or whatever. So we'll see. I mean, it's going to be pretty dope. I think.
So they're gonna license the Apple M4.
Oh gosh, they should.
Yeah.
Listen, there was
You
talks.
imagine?
There was talks
Yeah.
that Apple was going to buy Nintendo, I believe, a couple years ago.
Yeah.
There was talks of that.
Yes.
And if they did that, it would
I
have.
heard it.
Listen, that would have been a great move, I think, for Nintendo. I would have hated it. I would have hated it, but I think it would have been a good move in terms of trying to develop, more horsepower in their devices, and maybe come up with different devices also. Bring another handheld, just stuff like that. I think would have been pretty cool. I just think it's real wild with the Switch right now that we've had 7 years, and they still don't give us a better UI or anything for that menu. It's just either black or white theme, and then you really hit on the head with the Wii Shop Channel music. Why not put that in the Switch? Why not bring that back?
Yeah.
Put that, remix it a little bit, add a little, some drums in the background, and put that on there when you're browsing games. Give it a little bit
But
more
if it ain't
flair.
broke, don't fix it. If it
No,
ain't broke,
exactly.
they make a lot of money up the Switch. They don't have to do a whole lot. But
Right.
I'm glad Apple didn't buy them because this is what Apple does. Hey, we need to compete with Google Maps, so we're gonna go buy TomTom. Hey,
Oh
we
my
need AI,
God,
so we're gonna
yes.
jump on Chat
Yeah.
GPT and Gemini.
Yeah.
They just buy things and turn it into theirs. They don't actually making it.
That
Nintendo
is
has been
true.
around, obviously.
Yeah.
I mean, they're very. They could be a PlayStation or a Microsoft.
Oh, absolutely.
They're
They could have
not.
been
They're
bought
totally
out
different.
years
Oh,
ago.
oh
Yeah.
yes, for sure. They could have.
My favorite system that they ever made was the Virtual Boy.
Oh yes.
You can
Oh,
shoot
yeah.
me if you want. I love the Virtual Boy.
Oh, I still play Virtual
Yeah, of
Boy
course you
games
do.
on my Amber.
Abernick?
Yeah,
Yeah, I know. I do too.
it's amazing.
Yeah.
What's crazy about that about Virtual Boy is that again, a lot of unsung heroes, like that Wario game, that platformer
Mhm.
game.
Oh yeah.
Oh my! The fact that you can, go in the background and the foreground, just like what Super Mario Wonder and Super Mario, like that's what they do right now. You know,
Mhm.
they were doing that back then, and that was amazing how they were able to get that gameplay in there. I mean, it was a great device. I mean,
I wish I never got rid of it. It'd be worth
yeah,
so much money right
that is
now.
one thing that I don't have that I really wish I had. But yeah, Virtual
I
Boy.
bought that at a Kmart, or no, Walmart in Columbus, Ohio,
Mhm.
clearance, because that's when it first got discontinued.
Clearance. Oh my god.
I paid like $23 for it, and it came with the controller, like 5 games or something, and I got rid of the damn thing.
That's amazing.
Huh.
Yeah.
Anyways,
Anyway, appreciate Nintendo what they're doing. I love when companies, especially game companies, do like creepy game trailers because it's like a fucking just a teaser that you want to pick it up and go, well, how creepy is it? If the trailer's that creepy,
Mhm.
is the game that creepy?
Yeah.
well, you
love
seen
it.
Resident Evil on the PSVR?
Oh my god, it's horror. It's
Crap.
it's scary as hell. I love it.
Listen, one of the best Resident Evil games that came out as a Nintendo exclusive, Resident Evil 4 for the Wii.
Yeah,
That hit
Yeah.
the Wii first.
yeah.
That was an amazing
That's
game
true.
as well. I mean, the graphics were just on par with what was needed for that type of game, which is pretty dope. They also came up with a really good game at launch called I think it was Zombie something. It was a first-person zombie game
Mm.
for the
Shooting
Wii,
game, yeah.
and that one was pretty amazing as well too. So I mean, when they want to, they'll do it.
I was always
That's for sure.
a Tiger Woods golf fan. I don't know if you played that on the Wii. Tiger Woods golf,
That was
classic.
good. I had that
Nintendo
See,
one.
I'm a
game.
computer gamer first, so I always played first person, like
Yeah.
Doom, Quake, Wolfenstein.
Yeah.
I'm old school, but when it came with like Nintendo and Switch, it's more like sports, like
Oh yeah, 100%. Yeah,
Madden or.
that's what I use
NCAA.
my PS5 is literally just sports games. It's 2K.
But do you play football or soccer? I mean,
Listen,
I
I-
play eFootball.
I got rid of my PS5, right? So I bought the slim PS5 last
Oh yeah,
Black
Okay.
Friday, the one that came with Spider-Man, and I mean just that game alone was pretty amazing. But
that the Miles Morales one.
no,
Yeah.
this one, yes, that has both of them in there. Yeah,
Okay.
yes, but and it was an amazing game, perfect to bundle that. I got rid of my Slim, man, just like 2 months ago. I just was not happy with the games that were coming out for it.
Yeah.
I was getting bored.
Are you kicking yourself for it now?
So, and that's the thing you mentioned. Listen, Darren, that's what I mean. They didn't announce, college football then. I would have kept it
Yeah.
for sure.
Oh yeah.
That releases
Yeah.
officially tomorrow.
yeah.
But yeah, no, I love Madden. I'm a big Buffalo Bills fan, so I love the Madden games. I'm kind of annoyed that Nintendo still doesn't have a Madden game. Maybe with the next Switch
Yeah.
2. I mean, if you
Even
can,
like
if you could have Madden
I was just
Mobile, because I play Madden Mobile a lot every year.
oh yeah.
I love it. I love Madden. I had leagues and everything. I was really hardcore in that, and I'm still. The last year has been iffy. I didn't really play it
Yeah.
as much, but like every year, I'll download it launch day and I'll play it. I love it. It's literally all Madden. But in your hand.
But when NIL came through for college
Yeah.
sports,
Yeah.
NCAA back in the day, you could play and then
Yeah.
bring your players over to Madden.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
It was amazing.
Yes.
And now you can actually have likenesses and names. I'm excited.
Yeah.
I'm about ready. I don't have PS anything anymore, so I'm gonna have to maybe.
You know what?
invest.
The best game I've played is MLB The Show. If you
Oh,
love
my
baseball,
God.
my
Yeah.
son plays that game. The graphics in that game and just the gameplay is so good. My son and I will sit there for hours just going head to head against each other, trying to beat
Yep.
each other in that
The
game. It's phenomenal.
presentation.
Oh,
guys,
yeah.
in that game, it's
Yeah.
like you're
It's so
watching.
good,
Like
yeah.
That's EA,
so
right?
good.
That's EA.
Yeah.
EA's got it locked down. They really do.
Yeah.
There's some
Yeah.
companies back in the day, but that's why I like Stadia because I didn't have a console
Right.
and I
Yes.
could get all those games.
Right.
Yeah.
I don't know.
But no,
Re-
they
okay.
were really smart. That MLB The Show, it's actually Sony Studios for MLB The Show. And what's smart
Oh,
is
that's
that
right, yeah.
what's smart is that they actually, just the last 2 years they have it on Xbox. They released it on Xbox as well.
Yeah.
Um,
Yeah, and it's a great game. If you haven't played that game on PlayStation, please give it a go. It's phenomenal.
For
You're
sure.
gonna love baseball, but like if you
Right.
like me, why not?
mhm.
Okay, you bring up Stadia, which is a perfect segue into probably the world's worst, best kept secret. So let's start with this.
Okay, I'm like, what's your segue here? Yes.
Let's go.
All right, so officially.
Do you have it on repeat?
I don't know what's happening. I was just playing. Okay, anyway, let's keep it running. So officially, Google has just given up the ghost and said, you know what, our Pixel 9s are coming. I'm going to stop that now, it's annoying.
I'm gonna say, what the hell's
Yeah.
going
Our Pixel 9s are coming.
Yes.
We have seen the leaks, and just today, there
And people are
was-
complaining they're ugly. Are you kidding me?
No,
beautiful
Oh my
device.
God, I cannot wait. The people that are
Even
saying
that
it's
phone.
ugly are going to be the ones buying it day one after people see hands-on videos and they
Now,
see all that.
Before we talk about the fold,
Yes,
look at that camera bump.
I've got it
If
here.
that
Hang on.
camera
One
bump
sec.
is that can be that big, but the cameras are good,
Mhm.
is it worth the bump?
I've seen. I
Ah,
saw.
in the
I
fold.
saw. I actually. Oh, for the fold.
Yeah.
Well, this one I saw actually in a. There was gosh, I saw it online. A breakdown of already the camera systems, and they updated them except for the fold.
Yes. Yes. Hang on,
No,
I'll
no,
see if
no,
I can
no, no,
find
no.
that.
I thought I heard somewhere where the
Hang on, hang
9 Pro 9 they have last year's main sensor, but an upgraded ultra wide and
I
telephoto.
saw.
Maybe
I saw the selfie was.
Hang on, I'm going to
50.
find it. Yeah,
Yeah, you
I'm
probably
gonna
seen it
find it.
there, and you
Hang
seen
on.
that it's like purple
I
and
did.
black, right? And then
Yeah,
it's like
Yes.
right here. Right here.
yeah.
perfect. Yeah.
Okay,
yeah,
here we
yeah.
go. Here we go.
So-
Here we go. Yeah, yeah.
Pink and
So it looks like the Pixel 9's getting a dual 50 megapixel ultra wide and wide.
So the 9's going to be like the iPhone 16,
yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
and then Pro and the Pro XL are going to be like the Pro and the Pro Max.
So what I understand about the pros is the biggest difference is an upgrade to the selfie camera and the wide camera or the
That's
ultra
what
wide
it
camera. I'm
was.
sorry.
That's what
What's
you're
the
right.
Yeah.
what's the upgrade? Because I'm looking at the thing; it looks like the same one.
So 50 megapixel front facing camera, which is up from 10.5.
Well, yeah, that's a big upgrade.
And then the
yeah.
ultra wide is now the Sony IMX858. It's a 50 megapixel ultra wide camera.
But
and
the
I believe
Pixel 9 says the same thing.
Okay, maybe it's not. There was one that was upgraded. I don't remember which one they said. It's
Well, you
not
got the
it's-
telephoto. You got the
Yeah.
telephoto, which is a big upgrade.
Yeah.
Yeah, that one.
And
is
then
really
on
big.
the
Oh, you're
The
right. The
Pro-
Pixel Pro Fold doesn't look like it's got the 787.
Mhm.
that can't be
Oh,
right.
come on. With
That
that big
can't
of a
be right.
chunker, it has to be better than
I
that.
mean, what's crazy is
Let's
that
reserve
the
judgment.
first,
Yeah.
well, the first fold actually didn't it have the 7A like camera or 6A? Like I can't remember which one.
Yeah.
It had
Look,
one of those
remember-
systems.
look- how long did Google use that 12 megapixel for
Oh
like
my
10
God.
years?
It's the 5.
It's all
I
about
think.
processing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And we talked about this what was it, last week, a week before? You know, older pixels, even the new ones, you take a picture and then you look at it in the gallery and it pops like it's
Mhm.
processing. I love that
Mhm.
because you're like, oh man, it's 16. Oh, look on that. And I think it's that processing. I sensors do make a big difference. You can only go so far on certain sensors, but I'm
That
hoping the
sensor-
Fold
that
is
Goo-
better than last year.
That Google censorship, they got that sensor chip, the new one, the G4, I think.
Yeah.
Definitely
Yeah.
needs. I mean, that processing, I love it too. I just feel like there should be a little
Needs to be faster.
animation or a little bit faster for sure.
Yeah, I get it.
I think yeah, it's crazy because it's like the Fold right now. When I topped it, it was what 15, I think 99. Can't remember.
Mhm.
And it's like maybe
Yeah.
this Pro Fold, since it's going to be, I think they said 17 or 18. It's almost like they're trying to offset still with parts. This is like damn, like even the like
Yeah, they
Yeah,
upgrade the like
Google,
the chip,
like,
but it's
think-
like, hey, here's the same camera setup.
yeah, and
Yeah.
you know what?
They
It is crazy because you mentioned that if this is going to have also the G4, right? So if this is going to have
Yeah.
the G4 as well, then the camera system it could probably make up the difference between the other devices. We don't know that.
Yeah.
Well, and I don't know what last year's sensors were. I really don't.
Mhm.
I can't imagine they're exactly the same. I could be totally off. I don't know.
It might
Yeah.
be Mate, subtle changes. I think it's probably more of a software thing that's going to see the biggest improvement. But
Google's
also,
got the advantage of that book, like the book.
Yes.
Aspect.
It looks. Listen, I'm going to be honest with you. After seeing those leaked photos, it looks exactly like the OnePlus Open. In fact, it doesn't look like the OnePlus Open. It looks like the Oppo Find N2.
Hold on. So the OnePlus Open is a square screen when you open it. This is a widescreen square.
I'm going to show you an image of the
hope it doesn't
Oppo
change to a
Find
square.
N2. The Oppo Find N2. This is an image of the outside, and you tell me, besides the camera bump, if this is not the exact same phone.
Yeah, but didn't we have comparisons with the Fold 1 and Oppo too? Like just the aspect ratio and the size.
I'll pull up the leaked image too. Hang on.
It does look a lot like it. It does.
Yeah.
Maybe they took some inspiration.
I feel like this one goes a little bit more.
Hang on. So, let's do this properly.
But
okay,
can I ask you a question? Hold on.
Yeah.
How much can you really change the back of a phone?
Right.
I mean, we were talking. Look at this thing. This is the Honor 200 Pro. That looks like an egg. It's effing hideous. I mean, it's not
oh my
terrible.
God, I forgot about that. Oh my God, I forgot.
Yeah. So I mean, you can only do it so much where it looks bad. That does not look bad.
I'm
willing to sacrifice looks if it's a good camera.
I think the reason. See, I feel like See, now to me they look different. To me, they look different now.
They do.
Yeah, I feel like because
I feel like it's a bit narrower.
Yeah, narrow, and it's actually more towards the middle of the phone, going down.
Yeah,
it does look different from last year's.
100%.
It looks better. I mean, I don't. To be honest, see, what's weird is that when I look at my Pixel Fold now, and the back of it, it looks like a fake knockoff Pixel 9. You know, because it has like a random floating camera bar, but instead of it being like curved and oval, it's like a squared off circle. You know, I'm squared off rectangle. Or did I say that?
Here's the problem:
like a rounded rectangle. There it is.
Google cannot pull a Samsung and then rest on their laurels and hope that people are going to buy. They've got to make some genuine upgrades and investments in the technology because last year's, I could get it. Your first year of Fold, let's get it out there. My biggest drawback from the first one was it was underpowered and it didn't open flat. It drove me effing insane.
My God.
Here's what's funny. When I heard the reviews, I'm like, oh, they're just petty. What the? But I got it, and I'm scared. When I actually pulled it down, I thought I was going to break the screen.
I have to do that every time. I mean, I'm using it right now, and I have to do it every time. That's my second device, and so when I'm opening up and I'm playing games or I'm reading something, I literally have to like a little bit more.
I'll be honest. I'm probably not going to get the Pixel Fold this year.
Oh,
I'm
no.
probably going to go for the Pro XL just because I don't. Slab phones, folding phones were cool, but they're not. They're just like slab phones now. They're getting the same. They're kind of boring. There's not much innovation.
It looks so good.
It's the same old.
So
hey,
good.
we changed the hinge. I don't care about the thing we don't see.
Right.
Yeah.
For me, it's two things. One, the cost, and I'm still paying this first Fold.
Yeah.
And then the second is the cost because I'm still paying this first Fold. And so I'm gonna wait for the Folds to probably upgrade every other year.
Yes,
but definitely I have AT&T for a reason, so I can trade it in every year and just upgrade.
Good for you because they're talking about the 10 series having a 3nm TSMC badass chipset, and you live in the US like I do, so we get the benefit of having a device that comes out at a decent price, but in Canada, that Fold's going to be $16,000.
It's going to exactly. I already predicted. I told Jason before we went on air today. I predict it's going to be $2,800.
Listen, they got to offset the free healthcare somewhere. You know, that's what they got.
Exactly.
You know?
But here's the difference. In Canada, when you buy it, you get a thing. You get free maple syrup.
It's true. You get an unlimited maple syrup. Yeah, try. Now, listen, I just want to pull it. I'm just going to say this again because I said it with the Pixel 8a. That curvy fucking look is ugly as fuck.
I like it.
No,
I like it.
No, it's not. It's fucking garbage. The Pixel 8a is the fucking ugliest phone ever made.
But the
I'm
8A
throwing
is
that
all
out
plastic.
there.
This is metal and glass.
Curves, man. It's that fucking curves on the corner. It's too curved.
See,
Okay,
I
I'm not trying to be sexist here, but when you look at a female, you want to have curves.
I
right?
understand that, but not in my fucking phone. I want flat edges. I want flat edges, and
Let's
I
hear
don't
what
want
Richard has to say. What were you going to say, Richard? What do
No,
you
no,
think of
no.
this design?
Listen, I feel like if it was rounded, like it didn't have the flat sides, then I don't like the curved sides. But I love the curved sides, the fact that it's flat too. I like
Yeah.
flat phones. Listen, when they did the A as a flat screen, oh my god, night and day.
Oh, yeah.
Oh my god, I hate flats. I mean, I hate curved screens, right?
Okay, I like curved
Yeah.
screens. The Honor 200's got curved screens. It's very slight. I'm okay
Right.
with curved screens. People don't like it, but the biggest complaint with this was everyone's like, "Oh, they're copying Apple." Jesus criminy, it's a slab phone.
Yeah.
How many differences can
Can't.
you actually make?
Right. I just hope they keep. I just hope they keep design language, right? So we had a bar
And
the
they
last
have.
3 iterations, and we have that bar.
Yeah,
right?
I like that. I like
It's
that.
morphed into something that is now this, right? So
And you could tell it's a Pixel, right? Looking at it,
Yeah.
you can tell, and I love
It's
it. 'cause
got the visor.
I'm out in public all the time. I see this back visor, and I'm like, oh, there's a pixel. I love it.
the one thing I wish they'd come back with is the panda
Oh yes,
color
we talked
Yeah.
about
God, I
that
miss
too.
the panda
I wish
colorway.
that. Oh
Yeah.
god, that was yeah.
with an orange button. Come on.
Yeah, just bring it. Now, honestly, like I'm excited for it.
Uh-oh.
I think
Yeah.
the Pixel. I do think after looking at those camera specs, if those are true, I do
Mhm.
still think that they're putting all their eggs into the 9 Pro XL basket,
Yeah.
like as
No,
being
Isn't the Pro
flagship.
XL and the Pro about the same camera system?
A little bit slightly different from what I understand. Like maybe
Why would they do
slightly.
that?
Yeah. But I mean, that looks like it's getting the biggest upgrade. So just like this year with the 8 Pro,
Mhm.
it seems like that's where all their eggs are in the basket. I still think that Google thinks that folding phones are proof of concept. I think this one will be better. Will it be better than a
It can't
Z
be
Fold
worse. I mean,
6?
honestly, the Pixel
Yeah.
Fold wasn't terrible, but
No.
it definitely wasn't the best. I love the
No.
aspect ratio, but you're like, this looks like the Open. It's square. I don't want a square aspect ratio. That's me personally, though. Everyone's
You
got
know
a
what?
different preference.
You know what it is for me that makes it look like the Open? These aluminum accents right here in the
Yes.
middle.
Yep, exactly.
So right in the middle, where it folds together, you've got those kind of like curves at the top and curves at the bottom.
Mhm.
That looks exactly like the OnePlus Open.
Darren, I think you should buy one of these for $18,000 in Canada.
Yes, I'll
And then
sell my
take a
kidney.
and then take a black Sharpie and write Hasselblad right underneath it. So it looks
Right under Hasselblad, yo.
Now, it looks. I mean, if this leak is correct, the dip, then the fucking fold looks nicer. It doesn't look quite as pronounced.
it's a folding device. You're gonna have
but
there.
What I notice here is if you look at the front screen, that's
Mhm.
got that almost looks curved.
Mhm.
It doesn't quite look as flat as what we would expect it to be, which slightly concerns me.
What
Did
makes
you-
me mad is you can see the guy taking the picture. You see his shirt in his hand,
Yeah.
Wait,
sure.
but you can't see what phone he's using to take the picture.
Did you guys see? Did you guys see? We obviously saw that first teaser, right? Where they were,
Yes.
talking to UI, Gemini, and all that. Help me break
Yes.
up my phone. I
Yes.
I must have missed it, but before we got on, they did that same one with the Fold.
Yeah,
They just leaked the fold too because they said, you know what, it's being leaked so
right.
much. They already released official pictures of it. And
So
everything.
so then from that, they even showed it open and everything in the video. I'm like, holy crap! It actually looks pretty nice the way they opened it and everything.
Well, isn't it funny?
yeah.
Apple does like a big event and it's like zooming through buildings. And then Google does a pre-recorded event.
hmm
Like
yeah,
it's not even live anymore.
yeah.
See, I think it
I
looks
mean,
good.
I think it's gonna be fine. I
I'm
don't
with
think it's
Richard. I'm
be
gonna
bad.
wait.
I'm gonna wait.
Two
too.
reasons.
Yeah.
I'm gonna wait till the better chipset, and these things are so damn expensive. Whether you have it paid off or not, it's
Yeah.
$2,000, or
I'm-
in your Darren, in your case, $16,000.
I'm hoping for
It takes a while to
by
pay that
then.
stuff off.
Yeah, I'm hoping by next year around this time there'll be a good trade-in thing for the first Fold.
Yeah. Well, unless Google, you're listening and you want to throw us a pair, to try out, just experiment for you, do
Why
do
not?
your work.
Why not?
We'll help promote the product.
We can only hope. We can only hope.
Yeah.
Why not? I was hoping to be invited to the Pixel, man. I mean, I got invited to Google I/O, so I
Yeah.
don't know. Maybe
Well, I was telling Tuna, I actually did get invited to the Google event. They're doing one here in Toronto, like a pop-up look at our new devices.
Oh,
And
nice.
believe it or not, I'm away.
Yeah.
So what we're gonna do-
I can, yeah,
So we got a plan, Richard. I'm gonna put a
Yeah.
wig on, look like Darren,
and just walk in.
and I'm gonna go in as Darren.
Listen, hey, we're drivable, right? We're close to
Yeah, you're close. If you want to come in my spot, Richard, fucking, let me know, man. And I can put you on the RSVP list.
What day is this? What day is this?
It's the
Hey,
8th
August
of
13th.
August. No, the 13th is the embargo. The 8th is when the event is.
Oh, I see. Right.
Yeah.
I do have my enhanced license to hit up Toronto.
There you go. There you
So
go.
that you got that too. So is that what that license is for?
Yeah, I think
Okay.
it like takes the place of a passport in some ways for just borders.
Well, I got my passport, but they sent me a little ID card with my passport.
Yeah, man,
Yeah.
Nexus card or whatever it is. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. So what is this event
Well,
called?
look,
That's what we'll do. Me and Richard will go for the tech disruptors instead of Darren. He can go on
exactly. You guys can
vacation.
go. Yeah, you guys can show us what's happening, and so basically, it's just kind of like a small pop-up look at the new hardware
Mhm.
kind of thing.
That's
That's
Um,
what I want to do.
That's
from-
which
no
is
one else has
exactly
seen it,
what I
really?
wanted to go.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
pretty
So,
amazing. Yeah, let
What's
me
the
know.
drive to Toronto for you, Richard? What would that drive be?
Not even that long. Let me see.
he's Google Mapsing it.
My
my
drive is about
fucking-
5 hours for where I'm at.
Mm,
That's not that. It's
That's
worth
like
it. But
5 hours. You should be fucking coming up here to do this shit live every Friday and Thursday. Fuck me.
every Thursday night.
Exactly.
Yeah. Okay.
Come on, man. Just sleep on the way home.
It is
Yeah.
3 hours and 3 minutes.
Ooh, you're closer.
So, Tuna, why don't you swing, pick up Richard on the way through, right? Fucking
Well,
carpool.
Richard, as you know, here at Tech Disruptors, we make a lot of money. So
Yes.
I'll pick you up in the private jet.
Private jet. Oh, that's awesome.
Yeah.
Let's go.
Yeah.
No Teslas. No Teslas.
No,
That's
no
when we get to
Teslas.
Canada.
Teslas
got
are for
the-
hippies.
Yeah, we got
Yeah.
for
Yeah.
hippies.
Yes.
Wow. Wow.
Yeah. I was actually just, it was a funny story. It was a true story. I apologize for any Tesla drivers out there. I'm just going to riff right now.
Uh-oh.
I said to my wife the other day, there are certain types of drivers who I would consider kind of douchey, kind of jerky, I guess we'll call them.
Okay.
Ford F-150 drivers. So if you know somebody that drives a Ford F-150
Okay.
driver,
You do
know
realize in the
exactly-
U.S. that's the number one selling vehicle. So
It
everyone in
is.
the
You're
US
welcome.
drives one.
Everybody-
You're welcome.
I don't have a
And-
truck. I don't
no.
own a truck, but I'm not a truck guy.
Maybe
so-
it's just a Toronto thing, so I'll just preface that by saying it's a Toronto thing.
I have a Ford Bronco.
Tesla Bronco, I'm good with.
Ooh,
I like the Bronco.
Bronco. Okay.
Yeah.
But Tesla drivers are number 2, 100% number 2 on the list.
Really?
Every Tesla driver I've ever met is a self-entitled.
I have a buddy who says every Honda Odyssey driver drives too fast. And it's funny, it's a minivan.
That's fair.
And now after he said that, every time I see one, they are always
They're
speeding.
zipping by.
I don't understand. It's
You
a
know
Honda
why?
Odyssey.
Because
It's
they
not a
don't want
sports vehicle.
anybody to see how shit that car is. Because a Honda Odyssey is a
Well,
mum
now
van.
hold on.
It's a sucker mum van.
Yeah.
It's a
Nothing
sucker
wrong
mum
with
van.
Honda. Come on now.
Okay. Anyway, we won't shit on people that car drivers anymore, but
Jesus.
so that actually brings us to the end of today's podcast. I want to say a big thank you to Ali from Straw and Wool for coming
Yes.
on today's show, talking about his amazing company, making some amazing hats. Ali, if you're still listening, buddy, hook us up. Tuna and I will wear a hat every podcast
for
to the
sure.
end of the year. Richard, thank you very much for joining us again. You're
No doubt.
amazing, buddy. We love that.
Yeah,
your
for real.
insights and
And hey,
we're glad.
I love your threads on Twitter or on X. The
Oh,
photos.
yeah, thank
and
you.
you ask
Yeah.
people to post. That is the
Check
coolest
him
thing.
out, man.
I get
He's doing
stuck.
some good
It's like
stuff.
it's like a scrolling. I can't. I keep watching.
It's true.
Thank you. I appreciate it. Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
I said the same thing about Tuna's OnlyFans. Once you start looking through,
Wow.
that's it. You just cannot stop.
Oh,
But
man.
we will be back next week. And actually, it's funny. I didn't realize today was actually episode number 24 of 24.
Oh,
Wow.
I know we've been going out there. So next week is our 25th episode, which
And
is amazing.
we're about halfway to the end of
Yes.
the year.
yes.
We'll have our most popular show, at least from last
Yeah.
year too. When we do
Yes.
our awards for the best of, man, we got a
Yes.
ton of views on that show.
We did, yes. We had like thousands of views on our best of show. So
I'm assuming the podcast does much better because it's audio only, but for
Yes.
video, that was
Yeah,
It was
a
good.
big one. It was a
Yeah.
good one.
We
But,
had suits on. Richard, we were decked
yeah,
out.
we were in
had
suits. We
on.
were decked out.
Wow.
Oh,
I
yeah.
even, I'm not gonna lie, Tuna. I even bought a new suit for this year's one. I have a brand new
Really?
suit. Yeah, I
Okay,
was ready.
birthday suit does not count.
Oh shit. Okay, so never mind. Yeah. What if I put a bow tie on it?
Oh boy. You know, I'm not going there.
Oh
Of
my
course,
God.
we'll keep it PG for our
Demonetized.
YouTube listeners. Yes. Anyway, thank you very much, Jason. Thank you very much, Richard. We are the Tech Disruptors. Check us out on YouTube, Spotify, Apple Music, iHeartRadio, everywhere you find amazing podcasts. And tell your friends. This is the Greatest Tech Podcast. Don't listen to what anyone else says. They don't know what they're talking about. And all those people on X who have a podcast, they're just a bunch of clowns who think they know what they're talking about. We're the only ones that really know. All right, we're in the loop.